Hello. This is a video where I'm going to try and show any difference, if there is one, between the mine window or mine behavior in SM5 versus ITG, or OpenITG in this case. So what I've got here is a chart that I just made, and it will have these repeating patterns that involve a mine right after the down arrow, and I've intentionally made it so that it goes into a candle to the up arrow. So this pattern basically is going to make it so that I'm getting off the down arrow as fast as possible because I need to move my foot to go hit that up arrow. So as you see, I have 4 repetitions right here. These are all the same. And then this group of patterns will repeat 8 times. And each of the 8 times, the mine will get closer and closer to that down arrow. I basically have it all written down here in the exact amount of milliseconds that the mine is away from the arrow. So on the first repeat, it's going to be 85 milliseconds away, which is more than enough time that it should basically never trigger. Then it goes all the way down to the 8th repetition, which is 23 milliseconds away, which is so close that you would basically never see a chart that does this unless they're like intentionally memeing. So we're going to see how that goes. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in Stepmania 5, and I'm going to play the chart twice, once normally and the other again on mirrored, just to switch where the mine is basically from the down arrow to up arrow. My thinking is my up arrow is more sensitive, so it might be less forgiving. So we'll compare that with how it performs in OpenITG later. Okay, I got no mirror. First mine hit there. Whoop. Kind of tripped up there. Okay, that was the 6th repetition. I hit every mine. So kind of annoyed that I tripped up a couple of times, but I don't think it matters too much. Basically, I hit 1 or 2 mines in the 4th and 5th repetition, which are at 55 and 46 milliseconds respectively. The 6th repetition is 38 milliseconds away, and I hit every mine after that basically. So 38. I feel like 38 was the hard cutoff there for SM5 on the down arrow. So I'm going to try the up arrow, putting it on mirror. So as I expected, the up arrow is a little less forgiving. So by that one, by the fourth repetition, I was hitting every single mine. That's 55 milliseconds. I think I'm going to replay the down arrow because I was tripping up a lot, and that might have messed up with the testing. This run was a lot more consistent. So we'll call SM5 up arrow. The cutoff was 55 milliseconds. I was hitting everything. I'll go back to the down arrow just to give it one more shot. Whoops. Hang on, I just put on 2-player. I seem to just be less consistent at doing that pattern that way. But either way, we got basically the same result. After the 6th repetition, I was hitting every mine, which is the 38 millisecond cutoff. So I'm going to come out of here and go into OpenITG now. Going to check to see if I'm at the right refresh rate, because OpenITG has had a habit of switching to low refresh rates on me. Okay, it's still at 120. I got the pads mapped to buttons on this setup. So that one, I didn't hit any mines at all until the 7th repetition. And even on the 7th repetition and the 8th one, I only hit 2 out of the 4 mines each time. I think. How many was that? Yeah. Oh, even less. I only hit 3 mines total. So already, that's a big difference. Like on the 8th repetition in there, I hit only 2 out of the 4 mines, and that's in a 23 millisecond window, which is very close to the arrow. I'm going to try it again on up arrow and see how we do. Wow. So even on the up arrow, which was way less forgiving in SM5, I only hit 1 mine. So, I mean, in theory, the ITG mine window is 70 milliseconds, but it has 50 milliseconds of padstick, or PadStickSeconds is set to 50 milliseconds. So, like, the theoretical window should be 20. So in theory, on ITG, it's actually possible to do this chart without hitting a single mine ever. So even the mine I did hit, I was probably like slightly late in the fantastic window. That's probably one thing I should mention with this video is obviously this is subject to my own FA to some extent, because if I hit late on the down arrow, then obviously I could be closer to a mine. That being said, though, none of these mines, even the 8th stage, are actually within the fantastic window. So, as long as I get a fantastic on that down arrow, I should never have gotten a mine, basically. Especially when I'm pulling my foot off so fast to go for that up arrow. Before I end the video, I'm going to try one last thing. I'm going to try adding PadStickSeconds to SM5. Which is a common quote-unquote fix that has been shared around a lot. So I'll set PadStickSeconds to 50 milliseconds. We'll boot up SM5. I'll play the chart one more time for this video. And I will be uploading the chart. I'll post a link in the video description if you want to play around with this chart at home. You can also try, I don't know, putting the mines even closer for OpenITG. I'll try on the up arrow right away, because I seem to be more consistent with my form and my FA on the up arrow. And also, the up arrow was way less forgiving earlier, so I think we might see more drastic of a difference if PadStickSeconds works. Wow, I hit no mines on the last run. I don't know about you, but that, to me, I hit what, 16 mines or something, maybe more, 20 mines on the up arrow the last time I tried this. So I really feel like PadStickSeconds is definitely helping somewhat. Anyway, I'm going to end the video there. I'm going to link this chart in the description for anyone who wants it. You can do your own testing. If you're part of the SM5 team, maybe you can use this to do your own testing for potentially a more permanent fix. I don't know. Maybe just PadStickSeconds is the fix. Anyway, thanks for watching.